everybody, it is Reese and Felisa.
It's Flirty Fridays.
Flirty Fridays in Florence. That's a lot of effort.
Flirty Fridays in Florence.
Yeah, hey everybody.
Hello everyone.
Hey,
We have some
everybody.
special guests tonight.
Yeah, so we're having a Flirty Friday Florence edition. We came up to Florence, South Carolina to hang out with my cousin Princess.
Yay.
And
So
this is
glad
her.
you guys could make it.
That's right. This is her wonderful birthday party thrown by her amazing husband. Did a great job tonight.
Antwain.
Antoine did an amazing job tonight, and me and Vanessa had to come up and represent and spend some time with our family. And we were just talking about how important it is to surround yourself with other positive married couples, right? And so
Absolutely.
you guys are just telling us a little bit about, what it's like for you to be surrounded by great friends who are married couples, family people, and tell us a little bit about how that helps you guys support your marriage and keeps you guys strong, having strong couples that are part of your life as well.
Absolutely. So for me, I like surrounding myself around people that are positive, that are, we all kind of hold each other accountable.
That's right.
All of our friends are positive, strong black couples, raising black children. So there's a commonality.
I've been panning around looking
Yeah,
at the couples that are in the house.
so see
All the
everybody
couples
over
that are in
there?
the house.
Kids are running around upstairs.
So there's a commonality, right?
Yeah.
So we're all raising black children. We're all positive, educated couples, working, doing what we need to do for our families. And for us, we like to surround ourselves around like-minded people.
Yes. Right.
We want to surround ourselves around people that are positive, that can pour into us.
That's right.
And that can really hold us accountable when needed.
That's
We
right.
all hold each other accountable. When my husband says that he's going out with the fellas, quote unquote, I never worry because
boys.
right, it's boys' night, right? I don't have to worry because I know he's with strong, positive black men that hold themselves to a certain standard.
Yeah.
And vice versa. When I'm going wine tasting or doing things with the girls, he doesn't worry because he knows I'm with women that are classy.
You don't worry, do you, Antoine? I don't worry.
I know he does.
They're women that are classy, carrying themselves in a respectable way, and so for us, it's just important for us to be around positive couples, like-minded people that are going to uplift us, people that we all support one another.
Positive energy.
That's right. Positive energy. That's
It ain't
right.
about no foolishness, no drama, no negativity. We're gonna hold each other accountable, but we're gonna stay positive. We're gonna support each other.
That's right.
That's the main thing. We all need support in this world.
Amen.
We all fall short here and there. But, it's good to have a support system around you that really, really, has your best, interest at heart.
That's right.
Not something personal to gain. It doesn't matter. We are going to, look out for each other. We're gonna make sure everybody prosper. We all want to see each other succeed. There ain't no hate going on. There's
Come on
nothing
now.
love.
Tell
It's
us.
all
right.
love.
That's right.
So everything's coming from a place of love. So that's what I
Amen.
love about my family and my friend circle. And that's what we like to support.
That is
And he
awesome.
invited me, and when I married him, I got acquainted with all of his friends' wives, and that's how we kind of all connected.
That's right.
Because I don't have a huge family. I don't have a lot of friends either, and so I just hit it off with all of his friends' wives because they were just so welcoming. They were very warm. There was no jealousy. Sometimes with women, it can be hard to establish friendships, especially later in life, when you're just kind of like,
Women and men.
I mean, it just can be
Absolutely.
tough. When you get to a certain age, you're just like, it can be tough. And so I was just so elated that, all the women that he introduced me with, their wives were always so welcoming. I mean, they've become like my best friends,
awesome.
And we all do stuff with each other, even outside of the relationships. We've all done stuff with each other, just the ladies, and I think that's important, to still have your own life, even though we enjoy spending the most time with each other. But I think it's important to still have your time apart and still make connections with friends.
Individual time.
Yeah, have individual time. I love to go, and one of his things that he loves to do is he loves to go fishing.
Yes.
So he'll wake up early in the morning. He used to have a boat before we moved here, but he'll wake up early in the morning and he'll spend all day fishing. That's his time to relax, decompress, and he needs that. for me, I like to go pamper myself. I like to go get my nails done.
Of course.
I like to go.
See how beautiful she is tonight. You see that, right?
Thank you. I like to go get pampered, get my nails done, maybe get a facial, that type of stuff. That's my way of decompressing and relaxing and just, and that's very important, but we also make time for each other.
That's right.
We have a thing where we like to do date nights, and we still date each other.
That's what you're supposed
We
to
date
do.
each
Notes,
other
y'all.
still.
Take
Right.
notes.
You see that?
We date still. He'll say, honey, I'm taking you out on a date tonight.
That's
and I'm
right.
like, okay, and so I think that's key as well, to still date each other. So yeah,
That's it. That's it. That's the key, guys. This is what this is all about. And we've talked about before on First Fruit Sundays about the importance of making sure you have a positive couple group of friends that, again, will support you, that will be there for you, that will pray for you, that will encourage you,
That's right.
that will hold you accountable, and sometimes tell you about yourself. if they need
Absolutely.
to, right?
And all my friends we are just like that. I mean, if my friends, if we're doing something that, we're not moving right, or there's something that we're not liking,
accountable.
we hold each other accountable, and we
Amen.
tell each other, hey, I didn't like that, and that's important, because I
It
think
is.
too many times people kind of, they either won't say anything, and then it causes resentment and causes, distance.
That's right.
As opposed to just being upfront and that's what it's all about. To be able to maintain relationships, you need to be able to be upfront. And here's the thing: this is the key to all of it. My husband and I went to therapy for 8 years.
Take
Did y'all
notes,
hear
people.
that?
Take notes.
We
And
are
no shame in that.
We are
Put in the
huge
work.
advocates of counseling, and people would say, "Oh, you guys are in counseling," and they would assume we're having problems.
That's right.
No, we're going to counseling so we don't
wanna
get
move to
problems.
the next level.
So we won't have problems we go
Exactly.
to prevent stuff and tell them.
And
The
just
maintenance.
stuff from building up,
That's
and
right.
understanding, For me, it was a lot of things that I had assumed being raised in the South, and things that, I just didn't have an understanding of my wife's background. I didn't have an understanding of some of her triggers and things like that. So it's one of those things that, you really need to, go to therapy, understand what things might be underlying underneath the surface for yourself.
That's
I
right.
learned a lot about me. I learned a lot
Amen.
about some things, some behaviors that I was doing that may not be so productive in my marriage.
Come
And
on
I was
now.
able to talk about those. My wife was able to talk about those and how it impacts her, and I was able to make some adjustments. And so that's important. I mean, I would encourage anybody to go that route, and at least speak to somebody and open up a little bit. Don't be afraid.
One of the
to do
things
it.
that I remember our therapist would say is he would have us do that
Exercise.
exercise where we would say something positive about each other,
That's
and
right.
then
One thing negative.
one thing that would
Off-putting.
off-putting or
positive,
something.
though, right?
But first positive.
positive.
So we would every week we would say. We would give each
really
other
like how
praise.
you do
I really
this.
like how
I
you
really
did
like
this,
Love that.
and then we would tell each other something that made
I don't like this
I
so
didn't
much.
like right.
Yeah.
This is something I would like to see improve.
Exactly.
We're
And that
stealing
was
that. We're going to steal that. Go ahead.
that was an exercise our therapist had us doing every week, and it built such a great line of communication
Amen.
because it never came off as attack.
That's
attack.
right.
We're saying all these negative things. It was like we gave each other positive affirmations first, and
right.
then we
built each
followed.
other up
Yeah,
first.
and it really built each other up first, and so that
right.
was really helpful.
awesome.
But counseling, I'm telling you, especially in our community, because I think that counseling, going to a therapist in the Black community can be a little bit taboo. People in our community they're a little reluctant to go to a therapist, right? Because I don't know if it's generational, but growing up, that's not the thing to do, to
That's
go see a
right.
therapist. So I think the good thing is that our generation, we're more open to that. We are more receptive to
Yeah.
going
Absolutely.
to a counselor, a therapist. It started off, honestly, as marriage counseling for us, but it ended up being separate counseling for myself to deal with some of my trauma and things I went through growing up. I had some trauma, and he ended up going by himself
Amen.
because he was dealing with work stress and just things like that he needed to help be able to cope with and deal with.
You know how it is, black men.
Yes,
we think we
sir.
gotta just be strong. We gotta always just never show any weakness, never cry, never show that we're hurting. But you're working with stresses on the job. You're dealing with stresses in the family. You're having to provide. There's a lot of stress
lot of
that we
pressure.
carry,
Right.
a lot of pressure. And so having somebody to talk to, especially during this pandemic,
Oh, my
doing
goodness.
all this injustice with the black community. It was a rough time, 2020, 2021, and 2022.
Very
So
tough, yeah.
it was very helpful for me as a black man to be able to open up and share things and talk about what's really bothering me and just take that pressure off, release that steam, that's building up and not try to hold it all inside, because you hold it all inside and it really just ends up turning into negative energy.
Yeah.
And you really want to prevent that.
Absolutely.
And so that's something that, I really, really would encourage anybody to do, to talk to somebody at least every now and then.
That's
right.
right.
Make sure you're having an outlet. Your spouse is great for some of that, but there's things you need to talk about with just a
Absolutely.
professional sometimes.
Absolutely.
Great deal, guys. Thank y'all so much. First of all, we love you so much. And y'all don't understand, these are Reese's actual cousins. This is our family, and we're actually connecting. Sometimes you have family that you never met or you weren't close to growing up, and these are Reese's cousins.
Yeah.
So my
this is our
mother
family.
is his first cousin.
That's right.
That's right.
Right? So your mom and my grandfather are siblings.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So
So we
we're
found
all
each
family.
other.
We
Yeah.
are, and we're long lost family. So
Absolutely.
now we found each other. We'll be
We found.
connecting more. And
Spending holidays with each other.
that's right. And that's what it's all about. So first of all, I want to thank you guys so much for just being vulnerable to our
Amen.
audience. This is the Village of Rock Solid Relationships. And I thank y'all so much, so much. This is the Howard family, Antwain and Princess. Thank y'all so much for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys.
Good.
We want to say thanks again, guys, for joining us here on Flirty Fridays, and this is the Flirty Fridays Florence edition. Try to say those